Have you ever wondered what the future could look like? A world where humanity has overcome earthly conflicts to explore space? This is the vision that inspired Gene Roddenberry to create the original Star Trek series back in the transformative year of 1966. Roddenberry's Star Trek was more than just a space adventure. It was a bold proclamation of an optimistic future, a future where we had not only conquered the stars, but also our own lesser instincts. The starship USS Enterprise, the iconic vessel of Star Trek, was a microcosm of this future. Its diverse crew represented our world's many cultures and races, working together in harmony. This was Roddenberry's vision of an inclusive future, a future where diversity was not just accepted, but celebrated. But the genius of Star Trek was not limited to its portrayal of the future. The series also cleverly addressed the pressing social and political issues of its time. It used the guise of alien cultures and distant planets to discuss topics such as racial equality, international diplomacy, and the ethics of power. It was a mirror held up to society, reflecting our flaws but also our potential for greatness. And at the heart of it all was the intrepid crew of the Enterprise, led by the charismatic Captain James T. Kirk, played by William Shatner. Their explorations of the cosmos were also explorations of the human condition, revealing not only the wonders of the universe, but also the complexity of our own nature. As the crew of the USS Enterprise ventured into the unknown, viewers were drawn into the cosmic and social frontiers explored in the series. Star Trek was, and continues to be, an invitation to imagine a better world, a better future, and a better version of ourselves. It was the birth of a saga that would captivate generations and become an icon of pop culture. And this was just the beginning of the epic journey that is Star Trek. As Star Trek's popularity soared, it was clear that the journey was far from over. The original series had set the stage, and the audience was ready to go boldly where no viewer had gone before. The first sequel to warp onto our screens was Star Trek: The Next Generation. This series took us a century forward from the days of Captain Kirk, placing us in the competent hands of Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Played with gravitas by Patrick Stewart, Picard led his crew on a new wave of exploratory missions, continuing the tradition of interstellar diplomacy and discovery. The Next Generation expanded the Star Trek universe at an exponential rate, introducing us to new species, planets, and technologies. But perhaps its most significant contribution was its characters. The charming android Data, the stalwart Klingon Worf, the empathic counselor Deanna Troi. These were not just characters, they were new friends who invited us into their lives and their struggles. But the Star Trek universe was far from fully explored. Star Trek Deep Space Nine took us off the starship and onto a space station, serving as a crossroads for various species and cultures. The series delved into the complexities of interstellar politics and the nuances of life on the final frontier. Then there was Star Trek Voyager, a series that dared to fling its crew into the uncharted territories of the Delta Quadrant, light years from familiar space. This was Star Trek at its most raw and adventurous, a testament to humanity's indomitable spirit in the face of adversity. And let's not forget Star Trek Enterprise, which took us back to the early days of Earth's space exploration. It was a nostalgic look at the birth of the Federation, reminding us of the audacious hope that sparked this entire journey. Each sequel brought a fresh perspective, further enriching the Star Trek universe and its enduring appeal. From starships to space stations, from the Alpha Quadrant to the Delta, the legacy of Star Trek has continued to grow, reminding us that the human adventure is just beginning. From the small screen to the big screen, Star Trek's journey has been nothing short of stellar. The franchise's foray into film began with Star Trek: The Motion Picture in 1979, but it was Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan that truly captured audiences' hearts. With a captivating storyline and a memorable villain, it set a high bar for future Star Trek films. The following films continued to expand the Star Trek universe, each one weaving in elements from the original series and introducing new characters and alien races. The cinematic adaptations, while staying true to the franchise's roots, also brought their own unique flair. From the philosophical musings of Star Trek: The Undiscovered Country to the time travel hijinks of Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home, there's a Star Trek film for every flavor of sci-fi fan. In 2009, the franchise underwent a reboot, led by director J.J. Abrams. This revitalization brought Star Trek back into the limelight, attracting a new generation of fans. With a fresh cast playing younger versions of the original series characters, the rebooted series struck a balance between nostalgia and novelty, The Abrams-led films, with their high-octane action and modern special effects, showcased Star Trek's adaptability, proving that the franchise could evolve with the times while still preserving its core values. It's important to remember, however, that the films are not just spectacular space adventures. They also carry forward the franchise's commitment to exploring social and political issues. Whether it's tackling themes of war and peace in Star Trek First Contact or addressing environmental concerns in Star Trek Insurrection, the films continue to use the lens of science fiction to reflect on real-world issues. Star Trek's cinematic adventures have only served to strengthen its enduring legacy. The films have not only entertained but also inspired, encouraging viewers to imagine a future where humanity has moved beyond its differences to explore the stars. And in doing so, they've ensured that Star Trek's vision of a hopeful, inclusive future continues to resonate with audiences around the globe. But Star Trek is more than just a television show or a series of films. It's a beacon of hope, a glimpse into a future where humanity has overcome earthly conflicts and has taken its place in the vast cosmic neighborhood. At its core, Star Trek is about exploration, not just of the uncharted territories of the universe, but also of the myriad possibilities of human potential. It presents a future where interplanetary cooperation isn't just a dream, but a reality. Where diversity isn't just tolerated, but celebrated. Each species, each culture, each individual is valued for their unique contributions, painting a vibrant picture of unity in diversity. This vision is a cornerstone of Star Trek's humanistic philosophy. It's a philosophy that doesn't just acknowledge our differences, but embraces them. It's a philosophy that sees strength in diversity, wisdom in mutual understanding, and progress in cooperation. It's a philosophy that transcends the boundaries of nations, planets, and even galaxies, fostering a sense of universal kinship. But Star Trek is more than just a philosophical treatise. It's a spark that ignites the imagination, inspiring us to wonder, to dream, to reach out and touch the stars. It's a call to action, challenging us to push the boundaries of what we believe is possible, to strive for a future where we are defined not by our conflicts, but by our common aspirations. It's also a platform for discussion, a catalyst for dialogue about our place in the cosmos, our responsibilities as cosmic citizens, and our potential for growth and evolution. It asks us to ponder on the kind of future we want to create, the kind of society we want to be, and the kind of legacy we want to leave behind. Star Trek transcends the screen, offering a bold vision of a future where exploration and mutual understanding are our greatest achievements. It's a journey of discovery, of understanding, of evolution. A journey that doesn't just take us to the farthest reaches of the cosmos, but also to the deepest corners of our hearts and minds. A journey that, like Star Trek itself, is more than just entertainment. It's a dream, a vision, a promise of what we can become. From its humble beginnings in 1966, Star Trek has become an icon of pop culture. This is not just a statement, but a declaration of the enduring legacy of an epic saga that has transcended generations. Over the span of more than half a century, Star Trek has taken us on a journey across the cosmos, exploring new frontiers and challenging our perspectives along the way. From Captain James T. Kirk's initial voyages aboard the USS Enterprise in the original series, to Captain Jean-Luc Picard's exploratory missions in The Next Generation, Star Trek has consistently pushed the boundaries of our imagination. It has introduced us to a plethora of diverse characters and unique species, each with their own stories and contributions to the rich tapestry of the Star Trek universe. Beyond the exploratory missions and intergalactic adventures, Star Trek has always been more than just a science fiction franchise. It has used the veil of space exploration to tackle significant social and political issues, from racial equality to international diplomacy. It has shown us a future where humanity has overcome its earthly conflicts to focus on a shared pursuit of knowledge and exploration. The influence of Star Trek extends far beyond the television screen or the movie theater. It has permeated popular culture, inspiring countless other works of science fiction and spawning a dedicated fan base that spans the globe. From comic books to video games, conventions to fan art, the reach of Star Trek is both vast and profound. And yet, perhaps the most significant impact of Star Trek lies in its ability to inspire. It has sparked imaginations, encouraged scientific curiosity, and fostered a sense of unity and cooperation. It has shown us a vision of the future where diversity is celebrated and interplanetary cooperation is not just possible, but expected. Whether on the bridge of the Enterprise or on a remote space station, Star Trek continues to be an epic journey that surpasses the bounds of space and time, shaping our vision of the future. And its enduring legacy promises to continue inspiring generations to come.